I'd like to welcome everyone to the few minutes we have together each week to speak about the Parsha. This week we have the privilege of reading Parshas Sisa. At the very beginning of the Parsha, the Torah is talking about the counting of the Jewish people, and we know that the counting of the Jewish people was accomplished through the machzas hashekel, the half of the shekel coin, which was given on the part of each individual. There is a discussion in the poskim about whether or not both men and women are included in the count. According to the Hagos Maimonides, women are included, and according to the Magen Avraham, not. That's not our issue. Our issue is going to be focusing on the word Sisa, when you count the Jewish people. And the word that the Torah uses is Ki tisa esros b'nei Yisrael of kudehem, when you lift up the heads of the count of the Jewish people according to their number. So each person gives a machzis hashekel, as we said. Of course, we have a remnant of that particular idea as it comes to Purim, because before the reading of the Megillah on Purim, we have the custom to once again continue to give the machzis hashekel. Of course, that had to do with the payment for the sacrifices and for the count of the other people, for the Jewish people, and other reasons. But Moshe Feinstein Zal, my Rabbi, said an interesting idea. He asked the question, why does the Torah use the word tisa, kisisa, when you lift up the Jewish people, when we're talking about counting the Jewish people? Counting the Jewish people has many other words, and many words that are more direct than the word Sisa, when you lift up. Why did the Torah specifically use this terminology when the counting of the Jewish people took place? He explained so beautifully that when it comes to an individual who perhaps says, I don't know how to learn, or I can't learn, and it doesn't matter if I do, or someone who perhaps doesn't do a mitzvah because it doesn't really count, the Torah wanted you to know that it does count. You do count. Each and every individual counts. Because when it came to the counting of the Jewish people, it didn't matter if your name was Moshe Rabbeinu or Aaron HaKohen. It didn't matter if you were the head of a tribe. It didn't matter if you were a general. It didn't matter if you were a Levi, a Kohen, a Yisrael. It didn't matter if you were a Rosh Yeshiva. What mattered was that you are a Jew and you count. And therefore, when you count the Jewish people, each and every one of us is tisa, to be lifted up, because each and every one of us has a great function. And there are things that only we can do. When we are in shul and answer an Amen Yehesh Me Rabbah, only my individual Amen is mine. And only I can contribute that. And no one else can contribute that. And my contribution of that is equal to the contribution of every great individual. Imagine if you had Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron HaKohen, Aram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. You had David and Shlomo, and you had 9 great leaders of the Jewish people gathered together to daven. And they needed a minyan. And there was no one else around. And a boy who is 13 years old and one day is walking in the street, and they pull him in for a minyan. That boy, that individual, makes the quorum, makes the difference. One individual makes all the difference in the world. When the world was created, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made one man and one woman, as the Gemara says, to teach us that Kol HaMekayim Nefesh Achas, if someone keeps one person alive, it's as if they kept the whole world alive. And God forbid if you kill one person, it's as if you've killed an entire world, because all the world comes from one person. And each individual is crucial and counts to the Jewish people. Recently, there was an interesting idea put out by someone who wanted to demonstrate the enormity of the destruction of the Jewish people in the Holocaust. And they wrote a book with only one word, 6 million times. It said the word Jew. Each and every one of us is that Jew. Each and every one of us is crucial and vital. And we have to realize that our prayers are efficacious. Our participation in the performance of the mitzvahs is efficacious. Each and everything we do contributes to the unity, the fullness of Klal Yisrael, and the accomplishment that the Jewish people can have and the impact we have on the world. One person, the whole world came from. One Jew is as valuable as every other, and none takes precedence. That's why it says, Ki Sisa, when you lift up. We should be lifted up by this beautiful thought that each and every one of us has a tremendous power to accomplish in this world. Have a wonderful Shabbos.